If you're a fan of the Sly Guy podcast and you want to get more bang for your buck, you can take your wee cute asses over to patreon.com/Sly Guy podcast for a bonus podcast every week, for bonus podcast series, including the Serial Killing It podcast, the Champions League of Weird, and also the cult classic Dog Walks with Davey, which, by the way, there's a backlog of episodes coming. You just head over slyguy.com, which doesn't exist, patreon.com/Sly Guy podcast. Enjoy the show.
I'm the Sly Guy.
The Sly Guy podcast is brought to you in association with Phat Bastrd Burgers. Phat Bastrd Burgers are the sister company of our long-time friends, Bebe, Adrianos, Mexicanos, based in the same facility on the high street in Bangor. Phat Bastrd Burger are delivering you delicious, thick, fat Wagyu burgers, and they are coming at you like Cleopatra with a Big Davy recommendation. There is a wide range of burgers in there, including the Phat Bastrd, the cheesy Phat Bastrd, the fat as fuck duck, the cauliflower and quinoa burger if you're a vegetarian weirdo, or if you like chicken instead of beef and you're crazy for cock, that's the name of the burger. But also if you like that other thing, it's pretty tasty too. So check out Phat Bastrd Burger, and of course Bebe, Adrianos, Mexicanos, which by the way are still delivering you the most delicious Christmas wrap. The Christmas wrap is full of turkey, it's full of ham, it's full of stuffing, it's full of chipolatas, it's full of dressing, it's full of cranberry sauce, it is full of the works. If you want 10% off your first order at either Bebe, Adrianos or Phat Bastrd Burger, download their apps. You can get 10% off, sometimes 20% off, sometimes, oh my god, my mind is blown, 2-for-1 deals. Or if you're old school, or maybe, you don't like technology, or you're a pensioner that doesn't have a phone to go online, and you just have a phone that's plugged into the landline, call them on 028 91 47 9988. That's 028 91 47 9988, and say Big Davy sent you and you want a mouthful of beef. The Sly Guy podcast is also brought to you in long-time association with Modest Beer. Modest are a humble company making delicious beers, based in Hollywood, County Down, with one L, not two L's, because that would be a lot of shipping costs. They deliver you delicious IPAs, IPBs, IPCs, I don't know, I don't really know a great deal about beer, but what I do know is they taste good. You've got some stouts in there, got some IPAs, got some lagers, got some other stuff. All I know is Modest is delicious. I'm not an aficionado, I just go by flavour, and this flavour makes me ejaculate when I drink beer. So if you want to ejaculate when you drink beer, contact Modest Beer at www.modestbeer.co.uk or visit them on all their social media platforms, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, at Modest Beer. And once again, tell them Davey sent you. Drink up, be merry, and go fuck yourselves. Modest Beer. Hello and welcome to the Sly Guy podcast, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, little bitches across the globe. Welcome back. We took a little week off, but guess what? Slyness waits for no man or woman. We're equal in this environment, so I don't give a fuck. But what I do give a fuck about is it's a Christmas episode. Now, am I in Christmas garb this year? Am I dressed like Santa like I was last year? No, I'm not, because Christmas is shit and you're all wankers. Go fuck yourself, IRA. Welcome to the show. This episode's going to be a little bit different this week. Now, why is it going to be a little bit different? Because I've succumbed to the pressure of one person giving me a negative comment on YouTube. I've got a goddamn guest. This guest is potentially the man who's caused the greatest stir in the history of the Sly Guy podcast, the guest producer of the previous episode, the Butler, Aaron Butler. He's coming on this week in front of the camera because a lot of people said that the banter was great between us, but also very weird that I was just staring off the camera for the entire hour, chatting away to him. So I've said, listen, we've done a lot of gigs this last week together. We've spent a lot of time together. We were brothers beforehand, but we're closer now. We're brothers, we're now lovers, and we'll get into that on the episode. And I just hope you enjoy the festive episode with me, Papa Bear, and my little guest, the Butler, Aaron Butler. Enjoy. There you go. So now, is this going to work now when I move back? Will there be space? Will there be room?
Yep.
Yep. Alright.
Can of water.
Give me a pump inhaler here.
We pump of something. Prefer if you didn't look at me when you did that.
Yeah, no problem. I'll just can't lock that out. I'll just leave it. Aaron Butler, aka Alan Bueller, aka the Butt Lord, aka West Belfast's most eligible bachelor. Welcome to Sly Guy Podcast. How are you doing, sir?
Yeah, I'm doing really well. Thanks for having me back on again.
Listen,
Be here.
we took a break for a week there for the podcast. Normally, the Sly Guy Podcast is known across the world as being consistent, week in, week out. It's always there for you. But unfortunately, like a shit dad, I just wasn't there when you needed it most last week. So apologies for that. The true reason why we took a break from the podcast is because Big Daddy was doing biggest gig of his life and needed a wee bit of time to come up with things. I ended up doing gigs flat out the week before the show. So and you were there with me for a lot of that. So I think
All of it?
Yeah, for all of it.
Don't say a lot.
Every
All.
minute of it you were there. And you know what? It worked out well because in my head I thought, oh, maybe I'll, mix up the support. And then I thought, you know what? No. Let's get the same show every night. So it's come Friday, it's tight, it's crisp, it's delicious, and it was. But before we get into all that, I just want to briefly talk to you about the feedback. Don't suppose did you listen back to the podcast we did together at all?
Not once.
No.
Not once.
Okay, great. But the feedback was very positive. A lot of people were like,
Thank you.
the boys have a nice rapport together. They're like, get you on more often. And I mean, I don't like to...
Get me off more often?
Yeah, well, listen, get off by getting on. But I don't normally like to listen to what people say. I'm stubborn, belligerent bastard.
Sure.
But on this occasion, it's like, hey, come on, hop in front of the camera and here we are. So we'll see how it goes. If this, if people like having guests on the Sly Guy Podcast, I'll probably still just do it myself every week. But... we might get the odd person on now and again.
I'm privileged and honoured that you're having me back again, and that the people of the Sly Guy Army Nation.
Sly Hearts, mate.
Sly Hearts.
Yeah, or Rider Slies, whatever, depends on the
Okay,
Patreon.
a lot of names,
Yeah.
a lot of names to follow.
Yeah.
Either way, it's nice to be back.
Yeah, well, so now that's out of the way, that fucking butt licking session. Speaking of butt licking, is that... That was...
What?
I've never seen anyone be as enthusiastic about butt licking there.
No, I'm not.
Is the butt licker one of your nicknames you had ever? Because I know you do a wee bit in your set about
I have a lot of nicknames.
butts. Do you want to
Mostly from you and Shane.
Okay, do you want to run through some of them?
Butt Lord, Butt
Butt
Man,
Lord, yeah.
Butt
Butterbean?
Head, Butterbean, Butt Face, just anything.
Butthead, Beavis and
anything,
Butthead.
anything with butt in it is
Yeah.
essentially could be my
Everything
nickname.
but the girl. Niche 90s band reference. Sounded like Aaron Butler there.
Yeah, that was very
Yeah.
clear. But yeah, and do you know what? If people like it and if that's
Butt
what makes
sniffer?
people happy, don't know if I'm a big fan of that one.
It's weird, isn't it, how that used to be an insult whenever
It's
we were at
weird
school.
how you say butt sniffer for some reason sounds more stinking than butt licking.
Yeah.
Like if you go butt licker, I just laugh. But if you go butt sniffer, I
Yeah.
feel a wee bit dirty about
Like,
it.
I feel like if you're a butt licker, you're given a bit of pleasure, and you're maybe getting a bit of pleasure, like maybe you get a wee stiffy. Whereas if you're sniffing,
A wee sniffy?
like a wee sniffy. I mean, I think if you're sniffing a butt, yeah, there's definitely an element of perviness about that. Like, if you're licking a butt, it might be like, oh yeah, sexual. Whereas if you're sniffing it, you're kind of...
What about if you're eating a butt?
See, this is the term that I struggle with.
Eating butt?
Like, because I know eating ass is a thing. Like, I know a lot of people
is a
are
thing.
very keen on eating ass. Shout out to Kieran Bartlett again. But
And William Thompson.
yeah,
William Thompson might be the number one advocate for bums.
pardon?
For bums?
Just bums.
Just
generally speaking.
everything about them he loves.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know if that's to do with his ailment or whatever.
Yeah,
but
it could be. Like,
could be.
he also recently just told me that he loves giant boobs as well. So I mean, I think, and dicks. So
Well, do you think he just has
Yeah.
a fetish for big things?
could be
Because he's just
Yeah.
like, it's something I can't get
I
a
like
hold of.
I like big butts. I like big boobs. Big heads.
Does anyone ever go, I love small ones?
like boobs?
Anything? Like, you've never heard anyone going, I love a wee small hole?
Yeah, no, I know a few people would be
love-
like they like
Like, tiny waist, I get.
like a long distance runner physique, like an athlete physique. You know, there's been
On a woman?
yeah, like there's a guy I know friends with. Like I said, like who do you like if you had to pick your dream woman? Like someone said to me, what if she walked into the room now and tried it on you just have to look at your wife and go, sorry, I'm going to do this. Kelly Brook for me, you know,
Okay.
or Nicole Scherzinger. Let's be fair, wouldn't argue either or. But with a friend of mine, I asked him who his kind of favourites or like celebrity crushes would be, and he named two, and both made me go, all right. One is Paula Radcliffe, the runner, who, by the way, great athlete. You wouldn't necessarily go super babe.
At what age
But
is Paula Radcliffe now?
She's probably in her 40s or late 40s, maybe 50s. And then, no, she wouldn't be late 40s, probably mid 40s, let's say, maybe.
It's not
Later
fresh.
40s.
It's not fresh.
And then, no, I mean, it's fresher than the next one. Far fresher, Amy Winehouse. This guy, you know what I mean? So I remember when he told me, and I was like, all right.
That's two of the most obscure, weird
Yeah.
celebrity crushes you can
No,
have,
I want to
think.
point out this man is a bit older. He's a friend of mine, a former work colleague and a friend now, you know. So when we were chatting, he was like, what about you? And I was like, mate, big ditties, that's all. You know, Kelly Brook, whatever.
Yeah, standard answer.
Who did you like when you were younger? Oh, Jet from the Gladiators.
Jeff McGuire's was a good
Very
one.
sexy. Yeah.
I was
So,
about 5, I think, when she was...
I mean, and did she make you feel ready?
I was 5 with a boner, I'll say that.
Speaking of boners,
We're here.
yeah, I don't even know what got us on those the sweet women that we're chatting about. Eating ass, yeah. So eating, like the actual act, to me, eating involves
Like a spoon.
no, you bite it, you bite it off and you swallow it. So to me, you either lick it, you don't eat it unless you are, Hannibal,
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Hannibal Rectum.
I mean, that's the title of the podcast.
Hannibal
right there.
Rectum, there we are. Hello, Clarice, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So,
fair enough.
yeah, but I mean, each to their own, each to like it. But we went off on a tangent there. I want to talk about erections with you.
Sure.
Because we did it. Now, we'll get on to the big gig. Obviously, people are like, how did Ulster Hall go?
Yeah.
We'll get on
There's
to that.
more important things that need to be addressed.
Yeah, but before
that.
Before we get on to that, what I want to
Yeah.
discuss is last night, you and I did a gig in the Copeland Distillery in Donaghadee, which, by the way, again, a lot of fun. A lot of fun to do.
Great gig. The people who run it are very friendly, very
yeah.
nice. Great people.
And also,
great gig.
what they hook us up with?
They got us a wee bottle of
Cans of water.
can of water, which
Yeah.
is my new obsession. People think I'm weird because I drink water out of a tin now. You're weird for not drinking water out of a tin. This is the only way water should be consumed by babies in Africa, by people here, by anyone, okay? I don't want to hear no tap bullshit, no bottle. This is the way.
I was going to say, you could turn out in a wee heli. Maybe this is what we do. Maybe we go to Africa in a helicopter, you and me, and just fuck cans of water at the gay kids.
Yeah.
Now, it would be quite dangerous, but here.
If they want it that badly,
Yeah. And we'll sponsor it, Hydration for the Nation. The boys will go out and just fuck cans of water, kids. I mean, it would be also fun.
Yeah.
And then if they could hurt, you'd be like, oops.
yeah, I mean, it would
Oops.
be expensive,
Yeah.
but worth it.
Listen, Bob Geldof, he's fucking been taking the piss for years.
He has.
All you need to do, send the boys in a tomahawk with a load of fucking tins of water.
And we would, like Stone
Oh,
Cold
fuck
Steve
it.
Austin,
Yeah.
lobbing the beers down at the we'd be lobbing
Yeah,
them at the
go for
African
it.
children.
But yeah. So anyway, we did a gig last night. You, yourself, myself, Caroline McAvoy, and to use a phrase that the WWE have, the charismatic enigma, Paddy McDonnell. And anytime I do a gig with Paddy, I learn something. You know, anytime.
He's a teacher.
No. He actually
no.
He
He
is,
actually is.
but I don't know how.
Yeah,
But the
sorry.
education he teaches, it's
Invaluable.
I mean,
It's not on the curriculum
no,
of a
it's
school, you would
it's
say.
extracurricular.
It's off the
It's
curriculum.
triple extracurricular.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. But last night he told me something I did not know was a thing.
Told both of us something.
Yeah.
And especially for me, because I would
Yeah.
be quite educated in the subject
Yeah,
that you're
no.
about to talk about.
We're talking about boners. We're talking about medication for your
your
erections. Now, a lot of people know obviously about Viagra. I, for one, am interested in dabbling. I haven't used any before, but I'm interested because again, I'm a married man with young kids. I don't have use for my dick; it's obsolete.
Sure.
But
if you maybe there's a break glass case in case of emergency for your dick, and then
I'm up for that. Now, we were just casually talking about it you know, I thought Paddy was in jest, being like, "Oh, I just carry Viagra about me." He does. He does.
Casually opened his wallet and just had. And this was the funny thing about it. He had a wallet and he opened it and he takes out his Viagra pills. In the pills, he's had one already, and there was another one sitting, so it's like already open. So there's a pack of 2, and one was in the packet.
Yeah. So listen, you never know. Pop in case of emergency.
When did he take that one? Is what I want.
Well, I mean, I don't know. He was very excited for the gig, so who knows?
The gig, yeah, he was very red faced.
But so you were chatting about it, and you've used Viagra before. Is it the only you're the straight edge guy? Is Viagra the only drug you would use?
Yeah, it's a pharmaceutical drug, so I think those are. I mean, I've taken Nurofen and stuff, and Calpol,
for your erections,
and yeah, just to get a quick buzz.
Just pour the wee pink Calpol over your root, and you go make it a wee bit tastier, sugar free.
Yeah, to be fair, I would. But yeah, so I've taken Viagra, I've taken Cialis, which is like super Viagra. But then Paddy was telling us about an off-market Viagra
called Black Viagra.
Yeah, which sounds when we say it back, sounds a little bit.
Yeah, there's connotations there. Let's just say.
We shouldn't. It sounds a bit racist, but it's not. It's just the way Paddy described it.
But no, whether Paddy is a teacher, yes, but should he be a salesman for Black Viagra? I don't know. He said to me, what did he say? You could break into a car with your dick if you take Black Viagra.
That was.
But what he also said was that your head.
He said he couldn't breathe.
No,
out his nose. Said. He did. He
says when you take this, you can't breathe out your nose, and you can't see, and you have a massive headache, but you have a queer right.
But you'll have So I mean, he gives you the advantages and disadvantages, which I think is a good honest salesman.
So I mean, what you become a sex toy because you can't do it. Your body's gone, but you have a root.
Yeah.
Oh, the size of a mountain.
Yeah,
apparently.
He said, you would probably pass out with the amount of blood flow that would have to happen in your body. You should stay away from Black Viagra.
The only thing I will say, when Paddy said you could break into a car with your boner on Black Viagra, I wouldn't be surprised if he told me I have genuinely broken into a car with my boner.
Yeah. It would be a very West Belfast Paddy McDonald thing to do. But I don't think I'm afraid of you touching Viagra. Yeah. Because here's the thing, to be honest, as a joke, I was going to get you a box for Christmas and then wrap it up and like real nicely, like make it look, and then you open it and it's just a box of Viagra. But then I thought, what if Dave takes those, has a heart attack, and then the Viagra box is in my name, I'd go to jail. Yeah,
well, I mean, I'll not have. My heart's in good nick, believe it or not. I did a wee test there not long ago, and they were like, "Your heart's good."
They were like, "You can take Viagra."
You can take Viagra, not Black Viagra though. But
I don't think anyone could or should take Black Viagra.
I mean,
I don't think it's a legal substance on the market. I don't think it's in Lloyd's Pharmacy, is what I would say.
Yeah. And I mean,
I think it's in Paddy's Pharmacy.
Yeah, I mean, Paddy's Pharmacy would be interesting.
Paddy's back garden. Yeah. Tonic pharmacy.
But as a man who like, you just assume when you take Viagra, you get a boner constantly. Do you have to have the thoughts, or what?
You have to still, like, if it's not like a magic pill where if you take it, you'll, involuntarily have it. You have to like still be in the little groove. Yeah. What it basically just I've said it before. It's like a multivitamin for your dick.
Yeah.
So like you just.
I heard it widens the capillaries and just lets the blood just flow, baby.
Pretty much, yeah. That's the scientific way it goes about it. Like it just sort of makes that blood flow a little.
There are other things you can do. You can inject your dick with cortisone, and just make it rigid and firm.
But you can't. They do dick injections, but I don't know what it is they inject.
No, I just mean that like you could put like proper. You could just put like, I don't know, like a glue in it and just keep it permanently stiff. Just pump it up.
Don't know if that would be. I think people have went to hospital for it. I genuinely do think people have tried it.
There was. I've heard now again. I know this podcast gets a bit of a reaction sometimes when we talk about these topics because they're like, "Here you to discuss it." My podcast, I'll discuss it.
Experts in the field.
Let me go into it.
We're the Dr. Fauci of boners.
I remember watching a show once about people transitioning genders, and
but go ahead.
And there was this man who in a previous life was a female, and when he got the penis made, this was nice. This is a good few years ago, so it may have changed since then. I don't know the science behind it, but he had to actually manually pump up his dick with a pump.
Did they put the pump in
a
the
tube?
balls?
Yeah, then they had to pump up his balls.
And pumps up the balls. I've seen that before.
So yeah, he pumped it up. So I mean, is that something you could do as a? I think the correct phrase is a born male.
You can, yeah.
Yeah.
That is an actual thing that people
Yeah.
can get. I think they get it for like older men. Like, so if you're like 70 years
Yeah.
old, but you maybe have like a 20-year-old mistress.
Oh, I thought you said 20-year-old dick. I'd be like Frankenstein. You know, that's
I
a
mean,
good.
it might be. It depends how much
Yeah.
money you have. But if you have like a wee 20-year-old hot lady, which you probably shouldn't
Yeah.
have because that's inappropriate. But you know, Hugh Hefner did it, and he was.
Yeah, but he's died now, and everyone's being like shockingly.
He's got
Yeah.
posthumously. Is that how you say that?
Yeah.
He's got posthumously Me Too'd.
Yeah, but I mean, all I'm gonna say is,
Yeah,
you know,
I
he's
mean,
an old
yeah.
guy who just paid for young, sexy women to live with him.
But do you
know,
remember
he's-
his TV show, The Girls Next Door? Do you
Yes,
remember that?
yes.
And it was basically a TV show just showing like I have 3 young,
Yeah.
sexy girlfriends, and I'm 90.
But then, like when he
And
when
everyone
he
just laughed at
died,
it.
one of them were like, one of them was like, yeah, he wasn't nice having sex with them. I'm like, oh really? Eating out 90-year-old arse, not gonna be delicious, is it?
I
It's
don't
gonna be
think
flaky.
he even wanted that. I think from what I remember, she said in an interview, you would literally he would take all the Viagra he could, and then she would just have to basically bounce on top of him, and it would last about 10 seconds. And then
Would he ejaculate or would he just dick just flop?
I think, I don't know.
He needs to speak to Paddy. Is what he needs. He needs a black Viagra.
Well, I think it's a bit late for him now, because like Amy Winehouse, he's also...
No, well, Paddy told me that if you give black Viagra, that'll raise the dead. Like, yeah, so Hugh Hefner could come. See, more I think about it, is Hugh Hefner kind of like the not as controversial Michael Jackson? Because he just lives with, albeit not children, they're just women. They just live with them. He just kind of like has them for companionship, and now he's dead.
Well, the whole argument is that there was such a big age gap. So like there's
Yeah.
like 50-60 year age gap between him and some of his girlfriends. Some of his girlfriends were like 19, 20 and stuff, but
Yeah.
they were still the legal age
Yeah.
of consent. So then it becomes that whole argument. And then the whole other thing was like the argument of, well, Playboy technically did more for feminism back in the 60s and the 50s than like any other movement did and all that stuff.
What I'm going to say is, as much as Paddy knows about counterfeit boner pills, you know about the history of feminism and Playboy, and sitting back be like, all right, okay.
This is an education everyone's getting, because the whole magazine would have like interviews with like, and it would like give women more like empowerment and stuff like
Yeah.
that and all this, so and it would like allow women to like express
Show their ditties as
show-
well.
exactly, yeah, without, because you remember girls could only show like back in the 1800s or whatever, you show a bit of ankle pubes or something like that, and people would get real.
So what you're saying, like in around, tell me I'm judging this right or wrong, is what you're saying in a roundabout way, there's got to be Playboy in the Middle East? Is that the way to get through strict dress codes and the Taliban? Are you saying that once we've finished in Africa with cans of water, take our chopper
to Afghanistan,
to Afghanistan, we land in
and
the
we get a
Helmand
bunch
Province,
of dirty mags, and we just
or you take the camera and we take footage, we just take the photos and we make Playboy for them out there. I just put it
Playboy.
out, yeah.
We take photos of their women and all.
Oh,
I don't think the Taliban would like
I know,
that.
but the only thing is, we call Banter and we just skip by. We get what we do. You would make a bespoke photo studio in your helicopter. You would come down. Now the Taliban are known for being chancers, so they may or may not have rocket launchers. So we need to be out of there quickly. But you get them in, get the women in. Be like, listen, you can take it off.
Yes.
And show. I mean, the phrase we like is we show people what you're all about. So we could just get a few snaps and then let the Taliban see, and then maybe we just end the oppression in the Middle East.
But
What do you think?
Do you not think? I'm sure the Taliban, because I'd say there wouldn't be law-abiding fellas.
I mean, the Talibans the Talibans have their own law. Sharia law, Sharia law, however you want to say it, potato.
But I don't think. Here's the thing. I would say they've definitely seen a few ditties in their day. Mm-hmm. So then, is us supplying them with ditty pictures even going to change anything?
No, but what we're trying to say is, we're feminists. All right,
Okay.
we're not going
Yes,
there.
We are. If there's one
We're-
thing people take away from this,
We're not going out there to be like Taliban, change your ways. We're going out there to be, women should not be
Embrace your ways.
forced to dress like this, stay in the house. Women should be able to express themselves. We interview with you. You can do the photos and I'll do the interviews with them. I'll do an episode of a podcast.
yeah.
I'll bring a woman who has lived under the Taliban in and just be like, take your hat off and
Take your hat off.
Yeah.
Hell, I think.
let's have a nice time.
Yeah. I mean, I'm up for it.
Yeah. Now, what I do want to say is, again, if I've stressed this before in this podcast, if I see any listening figures in Afghanistan, it's done.
Oh, we shut this down.
They'll kill
no
way.
They
will kill us.
Although they've no internet. Have they internet? I don't even know.
Have you not seen their videos? They're class. They're better. They're the best podcast producers in the world. Taliban.
I've yet to see any content from there in the last 6 months.
No. What was the previous content you'd seen from like the Taliban or Al Qaeda or ISIS?
I went on a bit of a binge whenever. Whenever like the whole Afghanistan getting taken over by the Taliban thing was happening.
What I love is how you just described it was, that whole
whole
groovy
do you know
time.
the wee thing where the Taliban took over? That just little insignificant moment in history. I was like, well, I wanted to first look up why is it so difficult for like why is it so difficult to invade Afghanistan was the first thing I looked up.
Geography is a big problem.
This is what I learned.
Yeah, the mountainous terrain, a lot of valleys.
There's no sea.
Nope.
There's no water surrounding it.
Nope.
So to get supplies in is very difficult. And
also,
there's no routes in.
There's a lot of routes in Afghanistan,
but not a lot of routes to get into Afghanistan.
But once you're in those mountains, the Taliban, they know it. Like, have you ever seen the movie Lone Survivor with Mark Wahlberg?
I've not.
10 out of 10. But what you learn from that movie is a lot of the Taliban are like mountain goat men.
Yes.
Like they can bounce up and down those mountains. Like the Sherpas in Himalayas, like people come along try to climb Everest, they'll have all the gear, and the Sherpa's just got, a wee thing of water attached to him with like a wee leather strap, and bounce up he goes. These guys are same. Same with Vietnam. Like who thought today to tune in this episode with us two to discuss the big shows, and we'd end up discussing history, foreign policy,
and
who knows?
Viagra.
And Black Viagra. Yeah, so Black Viagra does very much sound like a porn star, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, Black Viagra would be definitely a pimp.
Or my stage name.
Yeah, I mean, let's go
Black
for
Viagra. Like coming to the stage.
Yeah, oh wow, that should be your new show, Black Viagra. But so more often than not, like Vietnam, it's a war you're not going to win.
Right.
Because you don't know the terrain, you don't know surroundings. It's too difficult. Like, it was a horrific war.
Right.
And again, sometimes maybe I'm speaking out of turn here. Sometimes America just gets too involved in things.
That seemed to be the theme of the Afghanistan stuff.
Like, what we would say about Afghanistan is, like, I remember when 9/11 kicked off.
Yes.
That all happened.
Mm-hmm.
That all fucking shifty.
What a pain.
Yeah, when that happened, it was very weird to a rational thinking person. George Bush came on and he was all, we got to stop this war.
That was good.
On terror.
That was good.
Thank you.
That was like 2D TV.
Yeah.
Is that what that show was called?
Yeah.
We
got to stop the Taliban. And they're like, all right, so Osama bin Laden. And then like, so Osama bin Laden, a Saudi Arabian dude, living in Pakistan. And we're like, okay, war in Iraq. What? War in Iraq. We're going to Iraq to get a guy who's Saudi living in Pakistan. We're going there. And they're like, he's in Afghanistan. Is he? So then they spend years looking for this guy in all the caves, being like, you there, mate?
Yes.
And then
Bin Laden. Yeah.
And then at the end, where was Bin Laden?
He was outside Pakistan, wasn't
Where in though?
In a wee...
In what?
House,
his house.
His mansion.
He was in his house. Like they're looking for him for years.
Just in my house, mate.
Like he's in and they're like, nah, where are you? I'm in my gaff. With my family in my gaff. Like, I mean, if you're going to look for somebody, go to their gaff first. No.
Do you ever watch the podcast not the podcast, but like the interview of the guy that shot Bin Laden?
No, but I'd like to see that.
Very interesting, and if anyone at home, go onto YouTube and just type in like interview the guy that shot Bin Laden. I think he was on maybe Rogan. He was on a few different ones. Like he did the like circuit or whatever. But he tells the story of getting in and killing Bin Laden, and it's very interesting. Yeah. He like talks about the whole like, because like what happened was they had brought 2 helicopters in. One helicopter
crashed, didn't
it? Yeah. They were like, guys,
one job.
They were like, we don't want to get seen here. We want to make sure it's low key when we arrive. They crashed into the house.
Yeah. The irony about that was it was you and me with a load of these fucking tins
of water and dirty mags blowing up in the air. They're like, oh, what happened?
That's how they got Bin Laden out. His wife and all his wives, all the wives, 7 or 8 of them came out and be like, oh, we can do this. Bring. And that's how they got him.
And he talks about killing the sons and killing... Like, it's mad how he talks about how they're briefed and stuff. Yeah. Like, they're shown pictures day and night of this is what the son looks like from this angle, this angle. So when they see him in person, they automatically know to just go and
But what's weird, like, he seems to be talking about matter of fact. And it's like, are the sons sly too, or was it just like...
Kill them all.
All right.
It was literally like, kill everyone in the compound.
Yeah.
Like, the babies, everything.
Well, you know what they are told when like operatives and soldiers, they're taught to shoot to kill, because if you're like aiming to take the knees, it's a smaller area to hit. The main area that hits the body.
That's true.
So that's what we're told to do that. Whereas I'd be trying to take out all the ankles and all and be like, right, you fucking stop it. Kneecap them all.
That's because you're from here.
I know.
That's
Yeah.
our instinct. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
just do-
When we're shooting anyone, it's to go
Yeah.
straight to the caps.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's just we're fun like that.
But there was another guy that, again, the film Lone Survivor's based on this guy, Marcus Luttrell, and his story was him and a troop went in to kill one of the top boys in the Taliban. So they were like breaking, but it was like a group of, I think, maybe 4 or 5, maybe, but they had to like hike over the mountains and snipe this guy. Then they ended up getting rumbled, and only this one guy, Marcus Luttrell, survived. Hence the show. Sorry for the spoiler if you've not seen the film. But yeah,
How old's the film?
probably about 10 years, but it's a fucking great film. And he obviously went through all this and whatnot, lost his friends. Then at the end, now that he's sort of like, he did an interview, be like, well, what was the point in us doing that? Like, what was the point in me losing all my friends,
Just
my
so-
comrades, and now you're just out of the country? Like, the Taliban, like, you look at the Taliban and be like, these are just lads that stroked a load of weapons and now they're the boss. Like, how can it makes no sense. But again, you look at it and go, because again, if this is going to again be controversial, but if you look at obviously 9/11, all these big terrorist attacks, everything like this, and obviously the natural reaction as the same person is they're bastards that did it. But at
Right.
the same time, we never look at why countries may hate America. For talk's sake, like drone attacks. Like if you're living in the Middle East, going about your business, and just this,
Drone strike dead.
you'd not be happy. Like, you'd be raging.
Yeah, you would be.
So-
It would ruin your day.
So is there another way to not be so fucking sly to people? I don't know.
I don't know if we can solve that problem between.
You know what I would say? What you need? Daddy Mags, Middle East.
That's all it takes. Maybe that's all it is. We send over a bunch of old zoo magazines with like.
I mean-
who was in the old zoo magazines? I'm trying
Lucy
to remember.
Pinder.
Let's get Lucy
Yeah.
Pinder on it. I don't know what her current state is, but let's dig her out retirement. Say, Lucy,
Yeah.
do you wanna go down as a world hero?
What's that guy called? Does all the exercise? Midget
Oh,
trees.
fucking
Joe Wicks.
Joe Wicks.
His wife, Rosie.
All
She used
right.
to be big in the old zoo scene, like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, pretty
There we-
woman.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What we do, you and me, we collect Pinder, we collect Wicks, get them into the thing. We'll be heading towards the Middle East. We'll do a wee detour, and they'll be like, "Where are you going?" Africa. What for? And you have your
I've
your
crates of
60
water,
crates
yeah.
of cans of water, and we just fuck them out.
Yeah.
Douche. Get that into it now. Once you've flown over Tunisia or where the fuck we're going with our cans of water.
Yeah.
We take it. We go to the Middle East, and we just. You know what? I think Sue and maybe Nuts did a thing, because at the time when it was out, they did like, I want to say, the titty tour of the Middle East.
They did a
where
themed photo shoot.
where they put the helmets on, and then they went out to the soldiers, and the soldiers were like, "Oi, oi, love it," for to lift morale.
Yeah.
So we're kind of doing that again, but on the other side.
We're lifting the morale
Yeah.
of the Taliban.
Yeah, so what we will do, right, we will go, and instead of throwing Diddy Mags to the Taliban, we'll just get Pinder and Wicks to just shake it out the
The
side.
Taliban would adopt you.
Yeah.
They would look at you and go, leader.
I mean, I do look Talibanish.
You
which
genuinely do.
anyone does know
Talibanish
that's
is Irish.
is Irish for Taliban. I mean, put a wee turban on me.
I genuinely, I would love to dress you as a Taliban.
You know who I
person.
do look like?
Fit
I
right
look
in.
like Abu Hamza. You know the guy with the hook? What do you say?
Oh, yeah.
Let me find out Hamza.
Why does he have a hook? I'm gonna guess because his hand disappeared.
He's no hands, mate.
Yeah, he has one hand, does he not?
No, he's got a hook, and I think he's a blender in the other hand. I'm not too sure.
Hand blender?
Either way, it's very. Hold on, Abu Hamza. I'm gonna type. This is what this might be the first. Abu Hamza. Why have you got a hook, mate?
Yeah, I'd say that's been typed into Google many times.
Um.
Well, not
Oh,
one.
no.
But does he have? I thought he only had.
No,
one.
he doesn't. He's just got a couple of stumps there. By the looks of this court drawn.
Oh, the court
So,
drawn
yeah.
really did him dirty, didn't it?
Yeah, Abu Hamza tells the court story of how he lost his hands and eye in an explosion. Now, I'd love it if it was something like NAF, like he just, his microwave,
kettle blew up,
his
yeah.
ballocks.
Yeah.
The Islamist cleric Abu Hamza, who's been extradited from Britain to the US to face terror charges, claimed on Thursday that he lost his hands and one of his eyes in an accidental explosion while working for the Pakistani army. So it was just to be fair, respect. He was serving all the troops.
Serving the Pakistani army, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think he was up to any good, is what I would say.
I mean, I don't know if he was up to any good, but I tell you, he wasn't very good, because if he's just doing a wee routine check and he blows his hands and his eye out,
Yeah.
that's a bit of a bollocks, like.
Yeah. But sure,
Respect that.
He has hooks now, so it's all
Yeah,
good.
you know what? I mean, you'd think...
Why did he not just get prosthetic hands? Why did he go straight to the hooks? Did he just want to claw people, do you think?
Yeah.
Like an evil James Bond villain?
Yeah, I mean, like, there's a whole big thing. I don't know if you saw it. Have you seen the latest James Bond film?
I've not. I don't watch the James Bonds.
Oh, mate, you would like it. I think James Bond is everything you would like to be. I think he's a womanizer.
Sexy.
He's suave. He's got like the gadgets.
I don't want to be a womanizer.
He's got the gadgets. He's got gadgets.
He's got gadgets.
If
He got black Viagra in one of his gadgets, one of his pouches. He probably
Yeah.
has super black Viagra.
yeah, I know. Paddy's actually one of the wee guys in the underground lair. Mate, have you tried this new fucking?
Yeah, when
Here.
Bond's getting
Yeah.
new gadgets, it's just Paddy.
Here,
with a
stick
bun.
that in you fucking soft dick bastard. Yeah, all right. So like a guy Q, if you went down to it, you could be like, here, mate, can you give me a hook for hand? He'd sort you out, like.
Okay.
So yeah, Bond is good, but in that, the villain had like, I was gonna say face stains, but like a wee burnt face or something. He just doesn't look sweet, right?
Right.
Like it looks like,
Face stain.
like Bane in the old Batman film,
Yeah.
where he was like a bodybuilder, raw, and he had
you
the big
mean the
trolley.
old one?
Yes, like
Yeah.
with Uma Thurman in it.
Yeah.
Like, and you could see like all his
the
veins and all
veins
through.
and all, yeah.
The villain had kind of like that in his face, so he got a bit poisoned, and they're like, oh, gross, look at him.
Big stainy face.
So obviously, being 2021,
Mm-hmm.
people were like, we need to stop saying the people with facial disfigurements are bad guys.
Right.
It's just have regular, they don't have to be ableist. And then it's like, yes, but don't they look creepier when they're all disfigured and all? Yeah,
exactly. So
And then,
don't ruin movies.
so all I'm saying is, real life Bad Boy Abu Hamza,
Yeah.
disfigured.
Yeah, true.
James
So-
Bond drawn in real life,
I like it when they have the scar just down the
Yeah.
eye, but the eyeball's still intact.
Blofeld, he had that.
Sure. I don't know who
Yeah,
that is, but yeah.
Blofeld is Donald Pleasance.
Sounds like someone you'd meet at the Pipeworks on a
I
Friday night.
mean, Blofeld is
I'm
very
meeting
much
Blofeld
does.
here.
Yeah, hold on. You know Blofeld.
Blofeld my dick.
Blofeld is actually what the character of Doctor Evil's based on. So
Oh, yes, that's the
Blofeld's-
one I like.
Yeah, got the eye down.
And the wee cat and all.
And then the other bad boy's Oddjob.
Who's all
The guy that takes his hat off, the Chinese guy, and throws the hat at James Bond. Great villain. Wouldn't it be weird if they got married? Blofeld and Oddjob. Who would take whose surname?
both.
Oddfeld and Blowjob.
They would merge them.
I mean, that sounds like the greatest detective series ever. Hey, Oddfeld and Blowjob. I mean, that's us.
Yeah. But yeah, it's
I mean,
fun.
I feel like, see, for Christmas, I have asked for, like, when you get to a certain age, you don't really want, like, gifts as
I don't
much
want
anymore.
anything.
My mum and dad were like, oh, they were going to, my sister was going to get me a lens for the camera there.
Okay.
But then she's got one, so fuck her. And so obviously she didn't they get me. So like, what would you like? I had a long, hard think about what I wanted. Like a long, hard think. You know what I came up with? The Bergerac box set and DVD, mate. So I want to watch all the episodes of Bergerac since I've left work and now full time.
That's the way to spend it.
So what I think I would like you to get,
You ordered a DVD box set?
yeah, Bergerac, mate.
Who orders DVDs anymore?
Our dad man here.
See, you're an old dad guy still.
But what would you get?
For Christmas,
Yeah.
if I wanted.
If instead DVDs?
If I was getting a DVD.
Instead of DVDs, what do you get?
Oh, you just...
Mini disc.
No, you just stream everything.
Yeah, right. Well, you know what you need to do? We're going to do a podcast. We're going to do a new podcast. It's going to be called Bot on Bond.
Right.
So what we're going to do, we're going to watch all the Bonds, you and me,
From the beginning?
from the beginning.
Oh, wow.
And it's going to be called Bot on Bonds. And I think you will become a Bond fan.
Well, I think if you watch enough of them, you kind of have to.
No, but like they are.
I can't get 20 Bonds in and go, I don't think this is for
Yeah,
me.
no, but I think you'd start off like that, but by the end you'd be watching
And
in
then
a
a full
tuxedo.
suit. Yeah.
Yeah, you'd have a watch
Have
that
wee
does
weapons and
like
all.
you're a gadget guy.
I am, yeah.
You are a gadget man, and I feel like a lot of Bond's gadgets you would be into. So there you go. There's a Bot on Bond. Who wants to produce that podcast?
Oh, probably me.
Yeah,
I mean, if I had to take a guess on who's going to
but
do it.
like I just think so Bonds are great films.
I would like to watch the ones with Connery, I think. Just
You'd
to see
like
if he beats
Harry.
any women.
My favourite, well, maybe if they step out of line, a closed fist to the face would be enough. And then the interviewer's like, oh, you wouldn't hit a woman, would you, Sean?
He's like,
Yes, absolutely.
He's fully serious.
Like, and then it's like, if they speak out of line, I absolutely have to smack them. And you're like, all right. And then
He should have been the Taliban.
yeah,
Maybe he was.
he's definitely.
He'd
in
have
a-
fit right in. He's like,
Yeah.
we'll beat women. This is great.
They're like, oh my, they love Bond. They don't like nuts yet, but they like Bond.
Do you reckon they have movies in Afghanistan?
Yes,
Like, do they watch Spider-Man in Afghanistan?
I don't think so. They don't like West movies.
So
You know, I think.
do they make their own?
Well, I don't know about the Taliban, but I know that Kim Jong Il, Kim Jong Un's daddy, was a big film director and a big movie maker, and he made a load of movies in North Korea to basically say, like, he did it in a way, like, cult of personality, that he was like, every superhero was Kim Jong Il, you know. So all the women were like, who's going to rescue me? Get
Some
me.
wee fat little Chinese man.
Hey,
What is he?
Korean,
Korean.
North Korean. Come on,
North Korean.
Yeah,
Sorry,
so-
don't pay attention to
So but like all his wee stories are amazing and all. Like he comes out and he said like, oh, he played golf once and he shot around at 18 holes and 24 shots. You know, all this stuff with Kim Jong Il. Like, don't look up Kim Jong Il's great stories. Like you'll enjoy some of these because they
I'd
are
say
brilliant.
so, yeah.
Right, no, Kim Jong Il stories. Oh, his birth story. I mean, let's see.
I'm sure this is great.
Okay. Well, there's a Wikipedia page to the day of the shining star, which, I mean, another guy I think you would have a lot in common with. The Day of the Shining Star is a public holiday in North Korea, falling on the 16th of February. It's the anniversary of the birth of the country's second leader, Kim Jong Il, along with the Day of the Sun, the birthday of his father, Kim Il Sung. The most important public holiday in the country. Right, okay. No, his birth story's better. You need to actually get into Kim Jong Un.
I always get them mixed up between Un, El, and what's the
Kim Il Sung is the dad. He's the one that's, you know, the highest picture in my bathroom.
yeah.
Yeah, and then the one below it's Kim Jong Il, which is the one, you know, from Fuck You America, Captain World America, World Police.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's him.
And then the next
And
one.
then Kim Jong Un is the one who's mates with Dennis Rodman. So, you know, the granda dead on, then Fuck You America.
Yeah.
And then yeah.
The Granda was the first leader then.
Yes. Because the Korean Republic, there was a Korean War and everything, and they set up the Korean Republic, you see.
I'm so uneducated in everything. Apart from Viagra, I know so much about it.
Kim Jong Il myths. This is what we want.
You know, we take 100 milligrams.
Yeah, weird facts about Kim Jong Il. Are you ready for this?
Yep.
Which, by the way, I used to work with a guy that looked exactly like him,
Right.
and he wasn't Korean.
From here?
Yeah, I'll find you a photo of him one day. Yeah. So he tells everyone that his birth was known as the divine birth. So legend has it that a double rainbow and a glowing new star appeared in the heavens to herald the birth of Kim Jong Il in 1942 on North Korea's cherished Badeku Mountain. Soviet records, however, indicate that he was born in the Siberian village of Vyaskoy in 1941. The people of North Korea, many of whom are reportedly battling famine, are apparently told that Kim's birthday is celebrated throughout the world, which I like. He's afraid of flying. There you go.
I like that it's like a dating profile. I'm afraid
Yeah.
of flying.
What I like, number 3, wanted to breed giant rabbits. It's Kim Jong Il. German media reported in 2007 that Kim hoped to solve the famine in the country by breeding giant rabbits. An East German farmer who bred rabbits the size of dogs reportedly asked by North Korea to help set up a big bunny farm to alleviate food shortages. To get things going, he sent a batch of 12 giant rabbits to North Korea, but was shocked to hear that they were eating at Kim's birthday banquet. I love that. Send them here to alleviate famine. Actually, tell you what, they look fucking pretty good.
yeah. You could either breed these or you could eat them now.
And then speaking of eating, the next thing, he liked to eat roast donkey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not
On a
good.
famous train trip to Moscow, a Russian envoy traveled with him, said roast donkey and fresh lobsters were flown to the train every day. Go ahead.
Donkey, like. That's wrong.
Yeah, he built a city for propaganda. I like that.
Yep.
Now, number 7's one I think you'll associate with. It just says fashion icon.
Sure.
Standing at 5'3",
Oh no.
Kim was a curious figure with his bouffant hairdo, platform shoes, and collection of jumpsuits. And let's not forget those sunglasses. But nevertheless, this sounds like sort of guy who made Pipeworks as well. Rodong Sinmun, a Communist Party newspaper, reported that Kim Jong Il's suits have become a global fashion phenomenon. This fashion icon status has reportedly been transferred to his son and successor Kim Jong Un. The word is that the slick, trimmed haircut of Kim the Younger, who may have had plastic surgery, look more like his father, is being mimicked by countless youths on the street of Pyongyang. And also William Thompson gets his haircut in the Kim Jong Un style as well.
He does, yeah.
Which is pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a film buff. He's an avid film collector, amassing more than 20,000 videotapes and DVDs. And apparently, here answers your question. Do these guys like Western films? Apparently, Kim Jong Il's favourite films are Friday the 13th, Rambo, Godzilla, obviously, King Kong, and anything starring Elizabeth Taylor. Loved Elizabeth Taylor. And this is a true story I've heard before. In 1978, he ordered the kidnapping of South Korean film director Shin Sang-ok and his actress wife Choi Yun-hee so that they could build a North Korean film industry. A decade later, they reportedly escaped on a trip to Austria and have since been granted refuge in the USA. So he took them and was like, I nearly did the voice there. He took them and was like, you make films for me.
Yes, yeah.
You make films for me. And then that's it. Oh, wow. And I mean, number 9 sort of deviates a little bit from being a movie buff and a fashion icon. Child killer. When Kim was aged 5 or 6, his younger brother, Shura Kim, drowned in the family swimming pool. Unconfirmed Soviet reports said that Kim was responsible for the accident. His mother died in childbirth the following year.
Oh, that's dark.
Yeah. Oh, no. This is something that I could definitely... I think you and Kim Jong Un
are one and the same.
Yeah, this is something I believe you... If you told me this, I go, yeah, I'll believe it. He doesn't defecate. So it's reported that in Kim's official biography in the North Korean state website, which has since been taken down, he did not defecate. He just doesn't go to the toilet, doesn't shit.
Well, what did he do then?
Don't know. Doesn't
Well,
need
it
to.
had to leave his system somehow.
Nope. All that fucking noshed up donkey, like
He must have had a wee Crohn's bag.
Yeah, but apparently he doesn't. Do you need to go to the toilet, Kim? Don't shit, mate. Is what it is, man. No.
Just no.
No. Do you need a new toilet roll? No.
No.
Don't shit, mate. Don't have an asshole, mate. Can't get bummed.
I think that's why he was all like yellow and all.
Because he just couldn't shit. Just all the poison going through his system, yeah. Could be.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
So yeah, I mean, I feel like we were going to talk about like shows, and we've somehow just gone down
a real big rabbit hole.
Down a big rabbit hole, solve the Middle East crisis and and what North Korean leadership's like. So yeah, I mean, how long have we been talking here for? Probably too long.
Oh, we can talk for however.
So all I want to say, we'll get wrapped up. Some listeners' questions to do as well. But
I don't even know how long we've been on for.
It seems like ages, mate. Let me. You know what we can do? I can check the time that I posted something on Twitter from a show. Which, by the way, new show announcement. Yeah. Whoa! I'm doing the Ulster Hall again. Shocker alert! And an hour ago. So yeah, I've been talking for about an hour. That's fine. So we did the show on the Ulster Hall. We did Pillow Talk. It's over now. May or may not do like not a tour, but you know, a few wee venues with it again. It might not be over, but like North Korea, with the death of Kim Jong Il, we move on to Kim Jong Un, and I just want to say, the next show, Bits and Pieces, will be, if I'm not sick here, will be coming on September 10th, 2022. Tickets for that are now live. They went live this morning, which is actually, what day is it? Tuesday today? Yeah, you'll probably hear this on Thursday, Friday, Saturday. But the link to this show will be in my like podcast description and whatever else. So
you should at September 11th.
I know, but that's the anniversary of my granny. So
okay.
I don't like to
we'll not do that
gig on that day.
Fair enough.
So R.I.P.
September 10th.
But yeah, we're doing this because it's Saturday too. Weird to come out on a Sunday, Jesus. But yeah, very excited. That'll be a lot of fun. And off the back of Pillow Talk, was delighted with it. Went really well. The audience were great. Had a nice time, and hopefully everyone who came enjoyed it. And we'll just buy tickets again this year. What a Christmas treat! I mean, as the Christmas episode, we haven't really talked anything Christmassy. We'll get on that after.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, tickets are available for that. So yeah, we spent the whole week basically preparing. As I said, this podcast didn't come out last week because I wanted to just make sure that the Pillow Talk show was as good as it could be. And yeah, I was happy with it. We did a wee gig in the Black Box on Monday, very small, intimate. A lot of fun, actually, again.
Yeah.
And then Fealties and Bangor, which I must say, they were some of my favourite gigs.
An unsung hero, I would believe. It's like I went in with no expectation, and I must say, both the gigs we did there felt really, really, really good.
And it's a nice wee room, isn't it? It's very...
I would definitely do it again.
Yeah, well, I'll definitely ask you to do it again, so don't worry about that. What I would also ask you to do, stop spinning your chair so much.
Sorry.
Might be distracting people watching on the YouTube.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, but Fealties was a lot of fun. Fealties was that the first time you've been in it?
Yes, ever.
I want to point out, for me, Fealties had a lot of personal significance in that it would be one of my favourite bars in Bangor. Does the best Guinness, maybe in the world.
Okay.
And for me to have gone there, like a lot, since it's Christmas, a lot of Christmas has passed. You know, would have always involved a pint in Fealties with, you know, some of my mates and then their dad. You know, he'd always got a pint, popped in, had a wee Christmas pint. Always nice. So for me to be there, doing a show, you know, building up towards my biggest show, it had a bit of personal significance to me, and I was like, this is good. Then it added a bit of pressure to me. Think, fuck, imagine I go in here and eat dick, embarrass myself. Thankfully, that was not the case. With a lot of fun, and it was just a great room. And I'm going to say now, I will always, if it's still open and I'm allowed to, because it's been shut now the day after we did the show, shut now to the new year because
Really?
COVID. Yeah, all I want to say is we shut it down. I feel bad about that because
Wow.
I was hoping to get a Christmas pint in there, but we'll not worry about it.
Oh, man.
I'll always do a wee warm-up show in there, always. If I've ever been any big shows, you know, if I ever do any bigger venues in Ulster Hall or whatever, I'll always go back to Fealties. I loved it that
I can't
much.
believe it's closed.
Yeah. I mean,
Are all the bars closed now? I don't know what's happening.
no, so I think there's no like uniform, like you have to shut. I think bars are just taking it upon themselves to go, nah, fuck that. Let's just. And I mean, I definitely feel like the COVID fear is definitely coming back. Like people are definitely on edge about it again more.
Yes.
Like going to gigs, like even Ulster Hall, like a lot of tickets that we had sold, people just didn't come because they were afraid so close to Christmas. What if it spread and blah blah blah. And you know what, that didn't bother me because hey, you know, don't worry about it. But it's definitely a vibe in the air now. Like gigs are, people aren't going to gigs as much. They're closer to Christmas, being like, I can't do this, I can't do that.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's a concern, but also you get it. So I think pubs are now just going, well, is it like, I just know from working and like running comedy clubs and whatnot, one of the bars that I would do gigs in have told me before, oh, we have to order X amount of drink in, and it like goes off. So if we order all this drink in, it goes off and we're shot anyway. It's fucking not worth it. So I'd imagine maybe smaller bars like a Fealties, like a Sunflower, they couldn't, you know, they're not going to order a big batch of booze in for it to be shut. So they've been like, I will just sort of filter out all the booze and then shut up. So that's maybe it. But it's scary. It is a bit scary. But I do think, hopefully...
It's annoying.
Yeah.
It's inconvenient for my lifestyle.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
it is
and
what
by
it
that...
is.
But listen, what I can say to you is in that period, you can stock up on BV. You can have a drawer full of black Viagra. And listen, you can come out of the lockdown like a fucking ejaculating panther, mate.
Yeah.
You can just be a big black spunk machine. You know, you just out of lockdown
The big black
with your
spunk
cock
machine.
down. Yeah, you
Yep.
know what I'm saying? Like, all I'm saying is a lot of people are getting dicked when lockdown is lifted. You're coming out as, I was going to say, just the consent or not. You need consent.
I need consent. There's nothing
You're the consensual sex panther.
Yes.
Fuck machine.
Yes.
That's you. You're coming out of lockdown with a heavy sack.
Yeah.
You don't defecate or wank.
No.
So there's only one way.
To release it.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, this guy, single, ready to mingle, and I'm going to say it on the podcast, if you're sexy and you're single and you want a piece of this, hit his DMs, just say, listen,
There you go.
I'm sexy,
Yes.
you're sexy,
Yep.
and I'm ready to be mauled by a Black Panther.
That's all. And those, if you don't type that exactly, I'll ignore
No,
it.
yeah.
So it has to be.
Or just like
Verbatim.
at the top of the DM, just open the message with Black Panther, big, spunky Black Panther, and he'll know
I'll know what you're talking
what
about.
you're saying about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
a lot
sounds-
of spunk.
Yeah,
lot of
yeah.
spunk.
Well, I've not as much because of vasectomy and stuff, but there's some.
So this tiger will not get you. Oh my god!
This is the.
If you're looking a casual panther Comment,
that won't get you, that won't give you a baby. I won't give you a baby. You know,
I could sell you 2 for a reasonable price, to be
I
fair.
am as fertile as that tin right there.
I thought you were pointing at me. I was like, listen.
No, oh, you know,
Hey.
you are the fertile man. You know what I mean? You've proven multiple times.
Well, once.
But you can get it done.
Yeah.
When the going gets rough and there needs to be a kid produced, you can get it produced.
Oh, Spunky Lafunga here gets done. But yeah, so I mean, I just want to say, guys, cheers for coming to the show.
Cheers.
Yeah, cheers for supporting it.
Yes.
Cheers
It's
for
enjoyable. It was a good crack. It was a good
the
night.
time. Also, I want to apologize for absolutely fucking nah. I want to apologize for this being potentially the least festive Christmas episode of any
Oh,
podcast.
we've not even touched on
Ever?
Christmas. Who wants to talk about it?
You know
Christmas
what?
is over. Talk about it.
I feel like this year a lot
People
of
are
people
Christmased out.
they're fed up with Christmas. You know why though? Because fuckers put their trees up after Halloween. It's like nah,
The worst people.
the worst. You know what they should be? Murdered.
Yes, they should be sent to Afghanistan and given their rights.
No, what
stripped
we'll
away
do,
from
we
them.
will bring them
On
on
the
our
helicopter,
helicopter. We'll just
they
push
feel-
them out. Yeah.
From a big height. Now, not
Yeah.
a height that you'll die, but you'll definitely go through the rest of your life with a struggle of some
But
kind.
you know what else is good? If you push them from enough of a height, they won't die. Their meat will still be fresh.
Yeah.
So like, you know, the cannibals and stuff, wherever we drop them, can just eat them.
Look,
So we're feeding people, we're hydrating the kids,
Yes.
and we're
supplying the
we're
roots.
getting Taliban the ditties.
Yes.
You know, get the Taliban ditties.
and that's the Christmas
Yeah.
there. You know what I mean?
There you
That's
go.
saving the Christmas.
Yeah,
You know?
that's it. So is there anything you want for Christmas, or what are you doing for Christmas?
I want everyone to be happy, and I
Mm-hmm.
want people to just, stop asking me to do things. I want people to stop asking me to, come meet them places. I want people to stop asking me to come work. I just want a day where people don't want me, and then after that, I'll do everything. That's all.
Is that on Christmas Day? You just want to do nothing?
Yes. On Christmas Day, I would like to just not do anything. That's all I want for Christmas.
Well, that's nice. Lie low. and
Just
then
want to
we're all
lie.
done.
That's all I want.
Right,
from
so what we'll
Christmas.
do, just to finish off here, because I have to go and collect my children, because
Class. They're so annoying.
they're definitely an inconvenient
Yeah.
bunch of bastards.
See, this is why. I don't have them.
Yeah. Questions. Okay, let's go. Did you like the way I did that?
That was very fresh.
Oh, here, see, this is probably one for you. Naomi wants to know, when's the Panther being released? No, she doesn't. She wants to know, on the comedy circuit, who is the most likely to become a porn star, and who would be their fluffer? You know what I'm going to say? You as the porn star, Paddy as the fluffer, and he would just be, like Mick from Rocky. He would just have a wee hat on, but he'd just have a wee bum bag, and in his bum bag just be black Viagra. Get the whack out of the fruit, and you'd be like, what? And then instead of, fluffers have to like get the dick.
I do know.
But he would just give you one and smack it. Get a boner, mate.
Yeah, he'd be like boxing bag in your bag.
Yeah. So there's the answer. Anybody else? I think what she's wanting to know here is she's trying to suss out who are the biggest sex perverts on the scene. So we'll rephrase it and say who are the biggest sex perverts on the scene. You're the porn star. Paddy's the fluffer. And who's the
you have
biggest
to go,
sex pervert?
who's the single lads? You know what I mean?
You can still be a sex pervert when you're married.
But you can you?
Well, yeah, but you could like be going to like weird like sex parties and stuff.
With your wife?
No, you
Just
can
yourself,
like
just
if you.
cheating on your wife?
Yeah, well, you could if you're a full sex pervert. You could do that.
But there's no one on our scene that does that. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what I
fair.
mean?
Well,
They're
like-
all, what I'll say about the fellas on our comedy scene that are married or they're very, very committed, devoted men.
Yeah.
I will say that.
Yeah, that's
say
true.
that.
There's no Hallions like.
There's
but
no Hallions, there's no bad fellas. But so then you have to go to who's a single fucking, and you've got me, Willie, and that's about it, isn't it? McKegney maybe. I think.
I mean,
he's single.
there's what's funny is there's a lot of other single guys.
Do you know what?
A lot.
I'm gonna call out Mark McCartney here. I'd say he's a bit of a.
Yeah.
He could be a bit of a pervert guy.
Yeah.
And here's why. Because he does the whole, oh, sure, I'm looking a girl thing. And then, but really.
Wait till you see my dick.
Exactly.
I'm gonna beat that
He's
pussy
full on
up, yeah,
fingering every single day.
Yeah.
That's
Every day I'm fingering.
and that's McCartney's walkout song.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I'm gonna give what's the word, like the person you would least expect it, but
Yeah.
is a porn star.
There you
is
have
Mark
it.
McCartney.
Mark McCartney, porn king. John Joe said, how many twinks did you hire for the Ulster Hall after party? Normally I just get the mandelier out, just get the guys on the chandelier, get them down, a lot of men. I prefer a buff man. Shane likes a twink. I prefer a buff man. Shane likes young like Shane.
He likes young footballers.
But it's weird, isn't it? Like he's the only guy. Like sometimes you look at it and you forget that he is a man in his mid-30s.
Yeah.
Because he hangs around. Like is this going to be a wee? I don't know. In the future, will people look back and be like, "Oh, they were talking about this, like they knew,"
Yeah.
and then next thing you know, you go,
I know, and then we have to flip and defend
Yeah.
ourselves, going like,
yeah. But like
what he wants to do.
he would like reach out to the Northern Ireland youth footballers and offer to buy them dinner.
Yes.
And these are like 16, 17-year-old guys, and they're like, all right.
He does.
You
If
know.
there's like a young musician on the scene in Belfast, it's like
Yeah.
taking all. If there's like a maybe up and coming boxer, like
yeah.
he's straight in there.
But now, in his defence, they are all young men. There's no like he's not.
there's no women. There's
No.
absolutely zero interest.
But that's an interesting.
Look into it.
Yeah,
is what we're saying.
segue. The big J Red said any merch. He was dying for merch here.
Do you sell merch?
I would like to sell merch, but don't know how, mate. I don't know what's the most feasible. I'm an economical guy. I want this. I would sell merch if it was the most efficient way.
Right.
So again, do you bulk buy loads of different fucking sizes and then just have them sitting in your house? I don't have room for that. I mean, I do have a full studio and an office space I could do that from. But what is the best way? You tell me. Do you know? You a merch man?
Well, here's what I will say.
Shopify?
Is that are you just saying stuff that you've heard
On
said on TikTok?
online, mate. Internet.
Yeah.
Bio.
That is how you do it, yeah. I would say you should take the time that you have and research what the most efficient way is it for you to
Yeah.
do.
And you know what I will say? If there's anybody out there that run merch sites or know how to do it, get in touch. I'd appreciate the help, and then you get a wee cut of the pie, probably.
There are sites that you can just put your own merch on, but you gotta then remember they'll take a cut. Like for example, there's a site called Redbubble, which you could put your logo on, and they'll give you mugs, t-shirts, jumpers. They'll do all the printing, they'll do all the flipping storage and stuff like that, and they'll ship it for you, and you'll get but you'll make, I don't know, like £1 a sale or something. It just depends.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, it's the easiest way. It is genuinely
I
easy.
want something that's easy.
This is easy.
Yeah. We'll maybe talk about that.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah, and I'll give you some money, don't worry.
Well, I
So
don't
good.
need money.
You do? You can't live on fucking can of waters alone, mate, and Nuts
I
magazines.
live on hopes and dreams and Viagra.
Sharon has said, Dave, my boyfriend seems to think that Northern Ireland is a third world country. Some examples of things he has said. Can you get bell peppers there? Do you get oranges? He also invited me for Thanksgiving, our first year together, because he thought we didn't have turkeys. Is there anything people have said about NI that's made you laugh / question people's intelligence?
When I go to, it seems to be an American thing. Whenever you go there, they seem to
Ignorant fucking bastards.
Yeah. I remember when I was younger, I was like talking to these American kids or whatever when I was in Florida, and they thought that on Paddy's Day we all eat like boiled cabbage. That was like a thing.
All right.
They were like, and then I started seeing what other lies I could tell them to see if they just believed it. So I told them like all the water was green and all.
Yeah.
They were like, no way. I was like, yeah, it's
Like the Emerald
luminous
City.
green.
In
I
fucking
was like, it's
Oz.
a luminous green. And they were
Yeah.
like, wow. And so they're probably now like 30 years old or something. Just
Yeah.
telling their kids in some state in Tennessee or some bullshit.
I like that a lot. I used to have a pen friend called Abraham that I wrote to when I was in primary school.
Lincoln?
And no, just straight up Abraham. He had a foreign nickname or a
Straight
foreign
up
surname.
Abraham.
So
Abraham sounds Amish. Maybe you're right.
Yeah.
Amish kid.
So I was writing him, and he was telling me, like, I remember he wrote me a letter about Thanksgiving, and I was like, "How the fuck do I care?
Yeah.
This is boring." And he sent me like a card that he made this turkey and all, and I was like, "Oh, fucking why do that?"
What did you send him back?
I sent him a photo of me doing that and said, "Tell you what you can do, suck on that, Abraham, you're right." And it was just weird. I wanted to talk about like fucking Jet from the Gladiators and all, and he just was.
He had no concept
No.
of what that even was.
No, and then Paddy, he was weirdly just hanging around outside my school selling these wee black pills that give you kid boners. And I just took a couple of them, fired them over to Abraham.
Kid boners.
Yeah, just give him a wee route, like.
Yeah.
Couple more things before we go, and then we're just going to wrap this up because, hey, kids, fuck's sake. Jamie As said, first of all, the gig last week was sensational and delighted you're back in September. Thank you, Jamie. I appreciate that. He then said, surely the man boy Cheeky will be furious when he sees this wee bit of hair sticking up. Oh, no.
Is it a bit of Shane's hair?
Yeah, and I mean, it is enjoyable.
I filmed that video. Yes, so Jamie has sent us a still of Shane Todd.
Yeah.
And his hair is not looking good from the back, let's say.
Yeah, he'll be annoyed by that. And you know what he'll do right now?
He will be annoyed.
Just because I'm a legend and a top guy, I'm going to send it to him and just go, nice.
No.
Nice.
That'll ruin his day.
Yeah. This is a lot of fun.
The
And then the last question
hit me.
is from Vincent.
Oh, Vincent.
And he's just...
Is your dog sending questions?
He's just sent me a screenshot. He's bought some tickets to my new show. Vincent.
Lovely.
What a gentleman.
Lovely.
Guys.
You love to see it.
This has been, I'd say, educational.
This is the final one of the year?
There'll be one next week. It'll be the New Year special, the goals episode. Every year, stop doing it with your feet now. It'll distract people too.
You're very fidgety.
You are
I've
fidgety.
got Parkinson's.
You need to unleash the panther. You've taken too much Viagra and you need to relax. But yeah, every year I'm as well as a funny man. I'm very inspirational to a lot of people. Aspirational, inspirational, sexual, and we talk about goals. The Sly Hearts talk about what the plans are for next year, and we sort of inspire each other and just move on to the next year, and with hope in our heart. Now, I've said it before, my favourite number is 2022. It's not actually my favourite number is 22, not 2022. That'd be a weird favourite number. Just the number 22 is my favourite number. It should, if that's true, it should be a good year for me. Otherwise, I'm going to really struggle because, it's my first year out of work and I could just really not afford to look after my kids. But you know what? I don't give a fuck. I hate them anyway.
There you
Guys, thanks for listening. Thanks for being patient. And again, thanks to I'd say 5 or 6 people who sent me DMs being like, where's the fucking podcast? What was that?
No, continue.
Did you just do some sort of magic there?
Maybe I give them a Christmas miracle. Or
Well, I
something.
mean, that startled me out of the corner of my eye, whatever he did there. But, guys, enjoy your Christmas. May your days be merry and bright. And see if you have a sad Christmas and things aren't going the way you planned or you're pretty down.
Good.
Don't worry. Good.
Sorry,
but don't worry about
don't
it.
worry about it.
We'll get through it, guys. It's okay to be lonely at Christmas. God bless. Take care. Bye.
I'm the sly guy.